sin, nah, nah. I got knowledge, I got wisdom. Then my friends, nah, nah. Let us sin, nah, nah. Let us sin, nah, nah. I got knowledge, I got wisdom. Then my friends, nah, nah. Fuck me,
And another one.
it's been a minute.
Oh, it's been a long minute, but we back, yo.
Feels like forever, but we back.
You know what it is. This is Sold by the Sound.
What's been good with you, brother? Everything been good?
Yeah, life's good, man. You know, changes coming, good changes
Good
have
shit.
come. You know, just thankful, grateful, and trying to press forward and see what else I could build now to, like, you know,
Yeah,
finish
a
reach
lot
my
of good
dreams.
things have gone since we've been making this too. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
How
So
about yourself, though?
everything's been good, man. Like I said, I mean, shit. Ever since we've been doing this, I'm seeing certain things happen. You know, I'm getting to where I need to get.
For
So
sure.
is ill. So new
Respect.
music coming out, just
Yeah.
new changes, even
Yeah.
spiritually too. So
Oh, yeah. Might even throw a sample in
yeah,
there
shit,
at the end.
yeah,
You
shit.
know,
I got a
I
project
forgot we
coming
could do
up.
that.
Yeah, I got a project
Yeah.
coming up. I got a new single out too.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, with 90. He on the beat. It's called Anna Missy or something like that. I can't pronounce that.
How
That's
can you
crazy.
not
I can't
pronounce a
even
song
pronounce
that
my
you...
own song because it's just if you see the word, you'll understand why. And amnesia or something like that. Jesus Christ.
Hey, yo. You gotta do better on that one more play.
Yeah, I gotta do better, man. But it's fire though.
Yeah.
If you follow me on social media, that's crazy. But anyway, on a good note, like
Yeah.
I'll just laugh that one off. But
Yeah. What we getting into today, my boy?
yeah, we were talking about like integrity in industries. Like first it started off as entertainment, art. Um, then we start thinking about it in business. It was like overall, just everything. Like,
Mm.
do you guys out there watching this feel like there's a lack of that?
Word, that's a real question.
There's a lack, and like, shout out to the people that do have that. And you mentioned something to say like you don't really hear from those people anymore. The people who did the right thing, you
Yeah.
don't really hear their story too. You probably do, but not on a
You
on a.
get to hear their story years later when they totally washed,
Yeah,
or if they died or something like that, bro. You don't really get to hear the true hero's story, bro. The true heroes never get their shine. But maybe that could change. That could change today. That could change
I
this
think
very
it will.
second.
I think it will change.
Because
Yeah.
I think more people need to believe that the hero can change things.
Yeah. Yeah. That is. We usually get fed this information that it's not gonna happen.
Exactly.
It's like it seems like there's an epidemic of niggas trying to be exposing everybody and so-called truth tellers just to save their whole career. But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, they're opening up the door for people who really are doing that and have been doing that for years.
For
But
sure.
it's just you got to know who to pay attention to. I'm not giving any shout outs, but there are people that are doing it. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
there are tools that you can use as far as like social networks and the internet.
Yeah, and I mean, bro, Amazon is your friend.
Mhm.
Like, search for books, bro.
He just found a book. I won't say the name because, but like,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
you
yeah.
told me about the book, and I was like, man, I've been thinking about getting a book, and so that was something interesting that maybe once we read and discuss, we could share with the
Ye-
information we found about this, because it
Yeah,
actually goes hand in hand in what we're talking about.
yeah, and I
But
want to make sure that the book is actually thorough before I just slap links to it and waste y'all
yeah,
time, you know?
yeah. See, he's actually like doing the investigative reports to share information with people instead of just finding something and sharing it. Like as soon as you find it.
Yeah.
I've been guilty of that plenty of times. So
I mean, we clearly not here for clicks and shit, man.
nah. Definitely not, man.
I mean, shout outs to the people who listen, but I would like to see, more people tuning in, more people subscribing, doing so
In
we could
time,
keep, yeah, and
in
people
time,
commenting so we could keep building. That's the real shit.
in time, because I mean,
Exactly.
we're doing something that I don't see too many people doing. I mean, what we're
In
doing,
this
yeah,
avenue.
in this avenue, what we're
Yeah.
talking about, there aren't too many people doing it, and we don't find joy or feel like we should have some badge of honor because we're doing that. This is kind
Oh
of,
no.
it's kind of, yeah,
It's more like I just want to build. I
yeah.
just, you know.
I want to find like-minded ones and actually get together and have these discussions with these people on camera so we can get it out there. You can change the algorithm to something. Like this is what humans have been doing ever since we've been on this planet for however long.
But that's the power of like like really choosing what you want to see in things. Because if they choose positive things or things that's going to help them grow, the algorithm's going to show you more of those things. But the reason why most people see a lot of crap is because they watch crap. And then they wonder why they seeing it. It's like, bro, you've been watching bull all day, bro.
So
What do you expect?
you actually can. It's easier to do that now.
Bro, I get a lot of like intellectual videos and things that pop up on my thing. Now I get a whole bunch of bullshit too, like celebrity gossip and shit. You want to know why? Because I watch videos like that.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, why is this on my thing? Like I know why certain stuff pops up on my thing because they think based off me watching this, like they could either I'm interested in this one thing or they think they could push me like past my edge into something that I wouldn't actually watch normally.
Yeah, I did notice that. You guys out there probably noticed that about your algorithm. You know, you hear a nigga, women all day. It's weird. You could talk to a person and tell what algorithm they shit is on. Have you ever noticed that? Like, damn, like, this nigga's talking about 50-50 and complaining about black women all day. I mean, that's probably what he's looking at on YouTube or
Exactly.
on Instagram.
Exactly.
But at the same time, those are on people's minds. So if you're not doing it for like a case study or to, you know, find like common ground with people, if you're doing this type of work, what's the point in re-traumatizing your brain with that shit all day?
Yeah, bro. I just really be looking up a lot of news. So a lot of shit just be popping up.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of stuff going on in Illinois. Right outside
Like
Chicago.
news, so you looking at shit in the news that isn't even like near you where you live at, because we in Florida.
Yeah. I'm trying to see this evil politician go down, bro. But
Yeah, I guess
it
I'll
takes
ask more
time.
off camera because I'm like, what? If they're in Illinois and you looking it up, they must have done
There's some wild business.
some very nefarious
You know, if
things.
you know, you know. You feel me? If y'all tuning into that drama.
So I guess when it comes to like integrity within entertainment and business, how does that all tie in? Or did we just go on a tangent?
Maybe we went on a tangent.
But it don't.
But it brings.
You can't really go on a tangent with stuff like this because these are examples. Like,
Yeah.
the reason why we're talking about algorithms and what you're watching and stuff is like, because if you're a content creator, a rapper, an entrepreneur, which means you're gonna have to content create to, you know, get some type of, not just revenue, but some type of, you know, attention to what you got going on. You're gonna be in this field.
But also, like your integrity, integrity.
Integrity Farms on South Park.
Your integrity is based around like that. What creates the algorithms on these platforms? Because it's about what your moral standards are, like where you sit, like because it will show you more of those videos more than anything else. Now, if something is highly populated, yeah, it might pop up on anything because it's a highly viewed video just in general. so they think everybody might want to watch it. But what you mainly see on your thing is based on what you usually view.
Yeah, and it's like we're complex people. We're not just one thing. And niggas not gonna be looking at like try to how to fix carburetors all day. That might or you like fucking different type of dirt bikes and you're watching. No, you're gonna have different things, your hobbies, interests. If you're just a normal person,
Yeah, man.
so it's like all right. But now those are the consumers, which you are one. If you have a phone, like what about the ones so-called creating this or putting this on distribution sites for people to see?
I mean, they're just following the platform standard, bro. Like, they, a lot of these people just like something and they're just putting it out thinking like, hey, if you guys can watch my thing and I can make money from something that I love, then why not?
And that's what that's something that's very commendable. That's how it should be done.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
just,
it's like integrity as far as like at the top.
I
When you
just think
got
some people get greedy though.
mm,
Some people do lose themselves and just make it all a show or whatever, or they be looking for too many ads. But that's just me saying that. Like some people are seeing it like, bruh, I need to pay rent, and like
yeah,
if I could get these ad revenues, then why not? You feel me?
yeah, it's a weird thing because I'm not gonna say the girl's name, but she's like a YouTuber and she tells stories. But then she was doing an ad, and people were telling her that the person that she's doing an ad for is an occult, and she's usually doing content on cult, so she had to do content on the person that she had to do ad revenues with. So I guess she lost that.
You remember what we was talking about?
Yeah, we were talking about that one lady who I guess she showed.
Oh yeah, the YouTube lady.
Yeah,
Yeah, we back, y'all.
back. So yeah, we were talking about being a content creator,
Mm-hmm.
curator, whatever you are. How would you have? Is it possible to have integrity? Is probably what we brought up in the first. And I remembered the name of the song. I couldn't pronounce it. Amemnesis.
Yeah, a Memnesis. Yeah.
Amemnesis is the name. I couldn't pronounce it. Like that was the first time I ever actually even said that out loud. So check that out. It's on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube,
We'll
Amazon.
put a link to it in the description afterwards.
All right. So yeah, it like even right there, just doing a plug or something else, like being like, is it your responsibility as an artist, creative, whatever, to have some type of integrity in whatever you do?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you got to have something to stand on, like something to believe in. If you're just going by whatever like gets you money, at the end of the day, yeah, you might have money, but you're gonna feel horrible because you're gonna be doing a whole lot of shit that you don't feel comfortable doing because you don't stand on anything.
Maybe I'm speaking for those out there watching. Maybe I'm not. Let me know. But I feel like that doesn't even. You don't even process that. Like you
No, they
just
don't.
do. Like even me, I don't think about that. Like half the songs I wrote this year, I wasn't conscious of what I was saying. I'm saying just saying wild stuff. Like I'm pretty sure there those of you who are creatives that do something that you maybe you paint and you want to talk about something with a message, but you needed a couple more $100, so you just drew that nigga a kite with Bart Simpson flicking the people off. Like you didn't want to do that, but you did it. So it's like a common thing. Like I gotta pay the bills.
Yeah, there'll be lies that they tell themselves.
The thing is that can consume you to the point where I'm speaking from experience. If you can relate where you get to a point where it's like you can lose that. And when I first started this, I wanted to have a message. I wanted to say important things. I looked up to other artists and creatives who had some underlying thing that
Could
integrity.
brother. To put it simply, you forget why you did,
Mm.
why you walked that path in the first place.
Yes,
That's
exactly,
what it totally
exactly.
is. You forget why, and that's what it means to lose your soul.
Mm.
When,
We were just talking about
yeah,
that too, bro. Damn.
yeah, because it when you lose your integrity, like which is what you stand on, and you give in to something else, and you know it's not for your betterment. You know it's not really gonna bring you that true happiness of what you need, or at least the sacrifice is not as good as you think it should be. You're gonna feel horrible about that because you're gonna feel like you wasted your time, or like yourself, especially like let's see, women or men who like have sex to get like to different positions and on the corporate ladder, or maybe movies or so what have you, and then it don't even work out the way they wanted it to. Like,
And then you're so far gone that you realize you've done things that you wouldn't have normally
exactly. And the thing is, if you stood on your integrity, yeah, you might not have like that big money that you wanted, but you could still say, "Hey, I stood on something," and people feel good about being able to stand on something they believe in personally,
done. That feels a lot better.
and they know that it's right.
That feels a lot better.
You know. And maybe that's why a lot of people try to convince us of all the wrongs that they're doing as right, because they just want to feel like validated. You feel me?
Ooh, that's dark.
But it's real.
But it's real. It's very real. And
It's
I
dark, but it's real.
probably have done it and not been conscious of it. Maybe
Yeah,
you've done it at a certain point in
there are
time.
groups of, and we know groups of people who do that all the time.
And that leads to, I think I was saying this before we took the break, maybe, where you see people who are in this position are talking about they're telling the truth or they're exposing the industry and stuff like that. But like, be careful. Like, these are wolves in sheep's clothing,
Yeah,
trying to take an issue that is really does need some light shed on it, but just using it for their own career.
mm-hmm.
They're like acting. We couldn't think of the word for it, but they're like acting.
Method acting. That's what it's
Yeah,
called.
they're constantly
Method acting.
Like, you got some people going on platforms like such as what we're putting this out on, and it's kind of fucked up that they're black people. It always comes back to that. These black people knowing our people are who in our eyes we're gonna listen to the nigga with $1 million than the poor nigga talking about he righteous. That's just niggas for you. And they know this, and they'll get up there and tell lies on people, tell a whole bunch of pseudo knowledge about science on a big platform, and you could say you're not representing us, but people are looking at you and giving this disinformation.
But that's the thing. At least I give props to the ones who say they're not trying to represent black people, because there are a lot of people who say they represent black people who is doing the same bullshit. So
That's who I'm talking about.
like, we gotta know where to stand on like what the game plan is as a people. And like, I know some people like say, "Oh, we not a people, we not together." Bro, we all get treated the fucking same.
Come on.
I don't wanna be with some of y'all niggas, but they still throw me in the same group with y'all.
That's what I was
That is just, it is what it is. We together.
You might have come from this background, I might have come from this background, but you put us in a room full of crackers, like,
And we the same. We the shame.
and it's usually one of those two people that's trying to be more like them, but I'm gonna try to keep it positive. Like, we're just the same in that boat.
Exactly. But the thing is, we need to understand that Africa's over, bro. As far as not like that.
I know what you mean.
Like the tribalism, like the homie in us, the Watutsi, all these tribes that we were. That shit, it's there, but it's gone, and we need to understand this is our tribe now. And we need to stop acting like we were when we were all different tribes, because it's not helping us build in this new land.
It didn't help us. Isn't it part of the reason we're over here?
Exactly. Because we
That has
couldn't,
something to
because
do
even
with
on the boat, we couldn't agree to come together. Or at least not in enough time that we could get back to the mainland.
we couldn't agree enough to even before the shit sailed. Niggas was the fact we're even getting on there is kind of
Yeah,
wild.
and like the crackers like to say, oh, like we had to teach each other, learn each other's languages and shit. Bro, how far in language do you think we were? Maybe we had some different words here and there, but come on, we all know the same signals. Body signals are body signals. It don't matter what language that is. Body language is its own language in and of itself, and it's universal.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
so yes, it is our fault why we in this shit, and I'm gonna find a way to prove it to y'all every week. And we need to grow up and get out of this shit.
Bruh, I have to agree with that because it is our faults. And maybe, like when they say the road to recovery, whatever you're dealing with, you just got to admit it and be accountable.
Yeah. Accountability is the first step, bro.
Why don't we just admit it? We we kick our ass more than any other race kicks our ass.
Yeah, bro. But that's the thing, though.
And it
And
spills into the entertainment industry. I'm saying
that's
this is what
where
I'm
it really
trying to.
hurts,
This
because
this
every race does that shit, though. Every race shits on their own race.
not like
Within the
us.
community, though, they don't do it on an entertainment stage.
And if somebody is doing that, they gonna call them out.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna call that person out.
Oh yeah. But you know what happens to these black people who do that shit? They get accolades. They get new job titles, new movie endorsements, all type of shit. You think that's not by design, guys? Let's be real.
And
It's just, and it's not even. I mean, we could call it racist, whatever. It's just what white people want to see. That's all it is. It's just what white people want to see. White people want to see us fall. Like majority.
But in real time, like
Majority. The ones who have that type of money and power, they just want to see us fall.
Here's another hit for those out there to paint a good picture of this type of mentality, this type of beast. I'm gonna call it the beast. What is it? A voyeur. Like you're a voyeur. You like looking at people do other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Reality TV, like we talk.
Yeah,
we want a sitcom,
voyeurism.
but I'd rather watch a sitcom like back in the old Rome days or something, where I go to the theater and see the drum, I can feel it. Why can't I have it in my house? You remember Django when they had the niggas fighting in front of Mr. Candy, right?
Well, that's why people like wrestling.
If I could see a nigga spill some blood in front of me, I got money and power. I got time. I can get this done.
Yeah,
you gotta remember what you're dealing with these type of people.
We'll be back, y'all. We gonna keep building on this one, though. Back after these messages.
All right. I'm finna forget my thought.
We back, y'all.
Yeah, we back. We were speaking a little bit while we were taking a break. And I guess I was bringing up that point when I was talking about just the voyeurism and just this extra violent. I want to watch things being done that I wouldn't participate. The mindset of these people with power. I'm not gonna say all of them, because it's not true. Not all people want to do stuff like that, but a majority of them do, and you have to be aware of what you're getting into in this entertainment industry. And then there's some people who just want to speak on it just to fix their career. Use discernment.
Yeah, they just want attention. That's the better term for it.
And us as a people, we've been talking about, the Jim Crow thing. I didn't know exactly where it came from until you sent me that link. And I watched the video, did some research on my own.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see that in the industry now, entertainment, whatever you do, music, movies. You're seeing that now. Content creating, because it's moving more towards that. Like kids don't say they want to be actors anymore. A lot
Yeah,
of
they
kids,
want to be influencers.
yeah. So it's like, damn, you're kind of still seeing that, because we just can't. I don't. You probably realized it, but
Hey, but isn't the influencer the modern day actor?
I mean, when you're the influencer, you can be anything.
Yeah,
Look
but
at.
that's what actors did. They influenced people
Mm,
to act certain ways. They acted in that
oh,
certain fashion. You get what I'm saying?
oh, you mean an actor in that sense, like.
Yeah. Like if the remember, like people like these superstars because or these movie stars because they play these certain roles, and in that certain role they portrayed them in this grandiose light.
So it goes into that where you want to see somebody doing. You want to see your favorite movie star living like what they do outside of that movie. It's like what an influencer is. You're following this person's everyday
Exactly.
life that you already idolize and want to be like, and then he can influence you to do other shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I get it. Yeah. That's,
It's literally creating false idols.
yeah, I can see that.
For all you Christians out there who be doing shit like that.
Yeah. Christians
They're,
that be
they're trying to save y'all
Christian.
from y'all
Ooh.
book from y'all book.
Dang, I didn't want to touch that one, but I've seen it. The Christians that are like, what do they call that? When they're like preaching, but at the same time it's like modern preaching.
Oh, when they be changing up shit that ain't even
Yeah,
actually in the book,
yeah, we're just using it to fit
lying,
their like lifestyle and stuff.
being a hypocrite.
Yeah, I see a lot of that. I may be whatever, but I do know what that book said,
I'm just that's my whole thing is
and
I
I
don't care
agree.
what your religion is. You if you say you follow a religion and that religion has a holy book and you don't follow that holy book, nigga, you trash. Don't say you part of that clique because you gonna make them look bad.
I think
You're
we
not
have to
following it.
clarify, even in small ways, if you get my drift. You
What you
might
mean?
not be, say you're not fornicating or the seven deadly sins, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, say you're
Oh, that's just in Christianity though.
idolatry or whatever. Like, say for instance, you're a so-called content creator, but you're a preacher also.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing that now. Influencers who
But
are
the thing is,
Christians, Christian
but
influencers.
what's wrong with that if you're preaching the word?
Yeah,
The thing is, once you go off doing what the world is doing,
that's what
that's
I'm
where the
saying.
problem comes in.
That's what it usually is.
And if
You're
they're,
gonna
but the
have
thing
to.
is, if they're doing that, then they're going against their book and they're sinning. And we know it as sure as hell they're not repenting. So, according to their book, they're gonna go to hell. That's just how it works. They're not repenting for anything that they're doing. So by the end of the time that their life is gone, if they really loved all the shit they do, I don't regret nothing. According to their book, they're going to hell.
So you shouldn't be in like that. That lifestyle doesn't mix like influencer
I'm
Christianity.
talking
That
about that.
shouldn't.
You know the type of influences we're talking about. Those over sexualized people and people who capitalize on traumas and different disasters and shit that may go out in the world
Mm-hmm.
and shit. Now, if you're an influencer and what you do is you like you just teach people different scriptures or shit like that, or you have a walking blog where you walk and then you talk about things you love in nature and shit. Do we see anything wrong with that? No, it's those people who are doing those extra ass shit, and
So
we all know what that is.
so on a positive note, you like I guess we alluded to this at some point during this conversation. You can use this platform to be a beacon of light, whatever you believe in.
Yeah, you
You
don't
can.
have to
That's
follow
another
the
example.
crowd, and it may not come as fast. Remember,
It's
nothing good comes fast, bro.
that's something we forget in this entertainment industry. That's something you would forget. Nothing good comes fast. Say you do make music or something. You don't like. I don't know if I brought this up yet, but you said you wouldn't write a song for a
Yeah, I would never
nigga.
go.
It would really have to be
personally.
dire circumstances.
Yeah, I have to be.
But he said he wouldn't do it.
Bro.
If just even on some on the spot, just just write a song for Ice Spice or something on the spot. Here, he said he wouldn't do it, and I thought about it, and it's like, damn, I've strayed away from the path so far that you would have asked me yesterday to write a song for an artist who's talking about stuff that I don't live or condone or don't want any parts of anymore. I would have said, yeah. Oh, a couple of yeah. But this man said that the humility he has and the love for the music, it wouldn't allow him to do that.
Because to me, like hip hop, like remember, it's like battles, it's like sparring and shit. How am I supposed to spar with another nigga's sword?
You fight another, give another nigga your style and watch him fight.
Yeah, like your weapon. And like that don't make sense.
He's not going. It might look appealing. It might be good, but it's not. It's not coming from the
Exactly.
source.
It's like saying like there's this great warrior.
Oh,
Let's bring it back to was it the Iliad?
oh, DC is in on that.
No, not the Iliad. The one with Achilles.
Yeah, I ain't familiar with that one.
The one with the Trojans and the Greeks.
Oh, like the horse and all that, where them boys.
Nah. But anyways, Achilles in this Greek story, when you hear it, if you know it, you know it. He had a cousin. Like Achilles is a great warrior, the greatest of the warriors. Of,
Oh, and they cut his.
yeah, that's the same guy.
Oh, okay, yeah, all right.
Yeah, but during this war, like, he had a cousin who wanted to fight in the war and stuff. Of course, Achilles is like, no, like you weak ass nigga, whatever. But there was one day where I forgot why the cousin went in the nigga's armor to look like Achilles, and he went out to the battlefield. So the nigga on the other side thought it was Achilles and went out there and fought the nigga like he was Achilles, and the nigga died. Achilles' cousin.
Yeah.
So it's just like you gotta stay in your lane, bro, because it's not gonna end.
Okay.
Like it doesn't really end well for people who don't just work with their own shit.
We have more examples of that not happening. Like, I mean, not examples of that happening where it doesn't end well. So you ain't just talking crazy, bro.
I mean,
we kind of just witnessed that. So
yeah, bro.
I mean, yeah. So it's like, I guess, and I was talking about too, like, you're thinking of it, you're desensitized to where you're only thinking about it from a business aspect. In the past year, I honestly have been. It's always about, I have to find other ways to create content. Just the typical entrepreneurial, trying to be a rapper shit, and you get stuck in that box. Like, so doing something like this is cathartic because it's like I'm actually talking about things that I'm a student, and as I'm on this road of being a student, I get to share what I've learned and ask questions with another student teacher.
Yeah,
so
we just keep building off of each other.
Yeah, so you can move with integrity in this.
I mean, yeah, we're doing it right now.
We're examples of that right now.
Like I said, I would like more followers and stuff like that, but like you said, nothing good comes quickly. So it just
you answered your own
question. Yeah, so it just gotta take time and keep grinding, bro.
Yeah,
we gonna get up to 100 followers, and we gonna get 500 and 1,000. Then we really got a little community going. We could start actually making plans to build within our own community and start, really getting us out of this stigma that a group of people have created for us.
That's an interesting topic. Changing that narrative, that because I bought into it. There is no community.
Oh yeah, we'll build a little bit more right after these messages. All right, now y'all.
One hot this time. Too hot this time.
Burr, burr. Crisscrossed. Take it back now, y'all. All right, we back, y'all, for real. But what were we just speaking on?
It was a lot, bro. I'll be all over the place.
Yeah.
Going in circles, but I'm getting to where we need to get to. But no, we were just giving examples of how you can move with integrity, and you can actually like, but you have to have some type of substance.
Yeah, you gotta have integrity yourself if you're gonna move with integrity. You gotta want. First of all, you gotta have a vision, because you gotta have something you want, and then you gotta know what you're gonna do and what you're not gonna do to achieve it. There's some people that say, "I'll do anything to get that shit," and then what do they have to do? Anything.
And be left with nothing is the crazy part.
Mm-hmm.
You said something earlier. You do all that, and then you don't even get what you thought you would get, or what you were trying to do.
Mm-hmm. It gets lost in the source, man. Lost in translation.
Maybe that's why a lot of those people, those celebrities who had people come out with lawsuits on them just the past 20, 30 years, is because those were examples of people who did that. They gave everything thinking they would be a star or something, and then so now they want to get their bread.
Or sometimes it'd be recruitment too, because they paid their dues to get to the top, or what we would deem as the top, and so some person comes into their life, like, I want to get there, so it's like, okay, if you want to get to where I'm at, you gonna have to do what I did.
Do a little something strange.
Yeah, I'm not just gonna give you the keys to the kingdom. I went through all type of weird shit just to get where the fuck where I'm at. I'm not just gonna give this power to you. I'm not gonna give my keys to you, nigga. Like, you gotta put in work. And then that person becomes a tyrant themselves. That same tyrant they didn't want to be, or they didn't like, because they had to go through them to get to where they wanted to go, and then they become what they hated.
And that's another reason we wanted to bring up that conversation. This conversation that we've been having, because there are going to be people who are going to be more successful. And this is we're going to break that stigma here today, where that doesn't happen. That next mogul, that next person that does something in that realm isn't going to be on no fuck shit. We're tired. Niggas talk about they want to break generational curses. That's a generational curse. Niggas getting in power and just acting like children. But you say
it's another generational curse too? It's like shitting on people, or like not even having hope for ourselves. Like, oh, this person's and we always get a bad person. We always that always shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like, if we already like placing the curse on ourselves, like, oh, we never get a good politician, we never get a good mayor, we never get a good person who represents. Like,
then we just talk about like Yao Ming and the Chinese, how they'll, nigga, you finna be this. Like, maybe that's wrong in a way of going about it just so like bluntly, but why not? Why can't? It's gonna be a politician, or it's a little kid in the community. Tell the nigga he's gonna be the next president, like they used to do in the 90s. OG tell him. You gonna be the next
I
president.
definitely feel what you're saying.
You gonna be a great scientist or a professor or something. Just simple stuff like that.
It's just a crazy concept to me now, because back in ancient Africa, and still in some tribes in Africa, like, they had the witch doctor, or whatever you wanted to call him, but they would help to determine what the child is supposed to be.
They could determine his destiny or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is, we believed in that, we followed that to a T, and we were happy until these people came with the bullshit. Well, at least majority, because it always had to be that minority that gave into these white people anyways. Like, oh yeah, I'll sell them to you. I don't give a damn. You feel me? So there's always the
It's
minority.
business. It's just business. He was standing on business. The reason we're even over here.
Yeah, because
that
he was
one of
standing
the
on business.
That was one of the first examples of standing on business. How you like that, nigga? But anyway, nah, I'm just like making fun of pop culture references that don't make any sense. Like,
yeah, but I understand what you're saying. But yeah, because of those minorities who just couldn't fit in, because it's like any animal pack. There's gonna be the alphas, there's gonna be the betas, and then from there, if you ain't even a beta, nigga, forget life, nigga.
Then there's like the runt, the little runt, the nigga who might be smaller than everybody, or
Exactly.
he's like a different color than like he gets it the worst.
So he got to move.
He might not even get it the worst because he gets kicked out, so he's left to fend for himself.
Sometimes, or sometimes he's just petty because he gets made fun of, so he don't get as much food or what have you, and that puts a chip on his shoulder. But it's like, you just couldn't hang with the big dogs, so why the fuck you got to take that out on the big dogs? Like, wolves already know what to do, but a wolf will go and do his own thing.
There's a lot of that going on too. Remember that. Just because you can't do what higher ups do, or you want to be in those situations, don't mean you have to shit on them.
Yeah, bro. If you're
respect them.
If you're in a high position, respect that man that you hired or that woman that you hired. Like, they have a whole life that they got going on too. And if you're living your whole life based on numbers, which I know is supposed to be a thing because you're a corporate stooge, but nigga, you can't make that the whole basis of your company, because eventually, and I know it will happen, all this shit is gonna fail, bro. Because people are just not gonna work. People are just not work, bro. It's gonna be a whole fleet of corporate people and nobody to do the actual labor.
I mean, we're in the process of that.
Exactly.
I think since 2020 till now, that's kind of been a reoccurring thing that's going on.
So if you want to not let that happen, you still want to have people you could actually trust to get the work done, you need to treat people the way you want to be treated. I don't know why this has to be said. I don't know why we claim to be bigger than children, but all we're doing is acting like children who can buy cars and drink and smoke.
Bad children. Because, like,
we just
you're supposed to be
we acting like bad kids.
Bad children with no home training. That's wild.
Yeah, bro.
The stray children who have no parents is what we act like.
Yeah, bro.
Who can buy cars and smoke cigarettes and drink and fuck.
That's about it, bro. That's the difference between being a child and being an adult in this country. Like, you can drink, smoke, and fuck.
And complain about having to pay bills and mortgages and stuff, and brag about it. And some people.
And what's funny is, you wanted all this. You wanted the house. You just didn't know the price that it came with. Like, let's be real. We don't know what we actually wanted when we wanted to be adults or what have you. Even in these situations, I want to be a movie star, or I want to have all the money. I want to have the... You don't know what that really entails, bro. You don't. So you wonder why you're not in this situation. Even sometimes I'll be wondering why I'm not in a better situation. It's because you're not prepared for that shit, bro. You didn't put yourself in a position to achieve that shit, bro.
And how do you know you even want to be in that position? Or
you telling yourself that, and then as soon as that shit hit.
What do they say? Oh, hard work and dedication. Nah, it takes a little more than that to get in those type of doors.
Exactly. Unless you do it yourself, and it still can be done, but it's gonna take longer,
Yeah.
and you have to dig in. You can't just keep looking for other people to give you these ups in life, bro.
Yeah.
Like, we people.
And that's a dope thing when you can start to do that. Like Il said, it's gonna take a little while longer, but why not enjoy the journey, especially if you have other people on that same journey with you of figuring that out.
Yeah,
Because when when at the end of the day, when the timeless shit always is gonna be here. It's gonna be worth it. It's gonna feel better than doing. Not saying you're gonna go through some crazy ritual or something, but
man.
the longevity of you getting to that place where you didn't have to sell out yourself or sell out your people.
We got 50 seconds left.
Yeah, man.
Like, at the end of the day, we gotta start fighting for what we actually believe in, bro.
Yeah.
Let's stop being cowards for our dreams just because somebody told us to be cowards, bro. Let's grow up and stop moving the way that people tell us and move the way that the God in us, or God, however you want to say it, told us to move.
So what side are you on?
Yeah, bro, you on the side of the knowers or the side of those who don't want to know? There's only two sides, baby. But you already know. It's been your boys, IL Moldune,
BSR KEM.
So by the sound, baby. We out.
We might have to do a part 2 of that.
Yeah, for sure.
Niggas was kind of getting in there.